Hello again there, folks. Here last time we found out Monokuma's not dead, so that sucks. There's a charred dead body still. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. That's the hope, isn't it? Hand. Huh? Something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they'd get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails have been added to the truth boat section. Something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned so I can't make out the whole thing, but looks like a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Tattoo on right hand to the truth boat section. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it, which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's something strange about that, right? Yes. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet, because I threw a bucket of water on it. Because it got set on fire that I threw water on it. And since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. How unfortunate for you, Makoto. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Wouldn't you like to know, Makoto? Stab wound. The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only a little piece of it left. That is not a little piece. That is quite a big piece. I think that's it. Whoops. Step away from the body. Look at the knife. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? Yes. Must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. It didn't go very far. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean the knife is what caused the fatal injury? Dots. Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? Yes, it was the knife Toko gave you, that the luchador took. That's it. It's the knife that person was holding. Yes, Monokuma's luchador stole the knife. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Like what? Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And now the same knife was used... What? And the same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So, maybe the masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked us, I was in kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and then maybe Makoto, you are too squishy of a boy to be able to stab anybody, even in a delirium of fever. And if this really is Kyoko, that would mean Kyoko's the one who attacked me. But why the mask? Dots. I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No. No, it can't be. There's no way! Yeah, 'cause it's not. Rubble. Looks like fragments of something. They're all burnt up, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it there? I had to double check that later. Fragments near the dead body have been added to this section. Hi, Hina.
Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up?
If I remember right, he was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a big knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it had been stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Ryaki said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody, but how much blood there was on the body, I don't see any of it on the ground around it.
Okay. Well, thanks. That was a really big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So, thank you too. Dead body before explosion. Hey Toko, how you doing? So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore. No, understandable. Thing. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're all set on at 7:30 every morning. Monokuma said that this time positively can't be changed. Huh? Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body got here before that, the sprinklers would have gotten it wet. Which means the murder must have taken place. Yes. Sprinklers. Let's just talk to you, Hagakure. Useless sack of crap. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and?
Serious.
Well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, huh? Should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember what that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, so I headed to the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met with Hina. That was around 7:30. I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to get the pickaxe. That's when she found the body. What time was it then? Wasn't it like 9:30 or something? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. Oh, right. That's right, it had to have been around 9 o'clock. Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. That's a pretty small job. What do you expect from Hagakure? He can't handle anything complex. Hey, Byakuya. Good timing, Makoto. I want to talk to you. What do you want? What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi. Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd like to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it? Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was looking around for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could have only taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room. But I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... It's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? Yes, it is. But we also know that you're too squishy of a person to ever kill somebody, so there's that. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's 4 of them now. I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Makoto? Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here? Of course, there were precisely 5. Yeah, right? What's wrong? There's only 4 now. There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short. Huh? He's freaking out. That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What?
What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world. What are you talking about? It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Even if a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? It sure is. Chickens! I like chickens, Eddie. Oh, I guess we should check in here. Just to be sure, I should take a look at the tool shed. This room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, pretty stereotypical tool shed. That's new. Is this a tarp? Wait, is there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. I don't think it was. I think this is new. That's a lawnmower. I don't think it has anything to do with the Mystery Corpse. Yeah, I know it doesn't. The top is wet and covered in mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. I wonder why. That's one thing in here that concerns me. Maybe the pickaxe? Something carved in the handle of the pickaxe. Crazy diamond. Same thing written on the back of Mondo's coat. The pickaxe is connected to Mondo somehow. Definitely intriguing, but now's not the time. I don't think there's anything else in here. Really hard, there are any clues hidden in the fertilizer. I don't think there's anything else in here we need. So that's the only thing that was out of place. I think I've just checked everything I need to in this area, but I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, that fragment that I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Luchador! That was also Kyoko who attacked me last night. If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get into her room, I'd be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options?
Give up.
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I have to see if he'll let me borrow her room key. Yo, Byakuya. Hey, Byakuya. If you do come up with an alibi, I'll be happier to hear it. Later, at the class trial. Oh, no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. Dots. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, it would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, and we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you, or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, in the meantime I should look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. That one area! Hey, dismantled Monokuma, how you doing? Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but... figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Yeah, the bomb's gone. I just found something. What is it? It's...
Huh?
It's what? A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure. Well, yeah, they all can blow up. A bomb? And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about it. Fragments I found in the garden.
Fragments near the dead body of an nephew.
Okay, I checked everything I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. Should I head back to the garden and ask Byakuya? No, you're not gonna teleport me there? Rude. I have returned! Byakuya! You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You wanted to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. With you and your stubby little legs. Yo. Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then click. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Yay. There sure ain't a whole lot in here. So, this is Kyoko's room. Uh-huh. The bed. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here. At least not as far as the case is concerned. Yeah, we'll just look at this. Block. There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What's the purpose? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I never go to a public bathhouse. Yeah, I know you wouldn't. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know where it unlocks. Really? What? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo? Yeah, there were lockers there too, nerd. Can we go now?
What?
So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I thought we might find some kind of clue here. Clue that might help us understand Kyoko. You can't be serious. That's why you made me That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here. Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it.
Interesting.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Oh, okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all that was in there. Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Bed? Or could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted the sheets... What's this? Found a crumpled up piece of paper. Mukuro Ikusaba. Class 78 student registry? Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room, along with the key.
God, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. It was a key and a... That's it.
He didn't tell us. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have much time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. Made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Mukuro Ikusaba, sex female, the ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. she revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she had not been kidnapped and that she had received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro was profiled in the truth section. Dots. The ultimate soldier, mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things just as an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already... Oh, hey.
Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player becoming our hero.
Ah, it's you!
What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh, you found her profile?
So what if we did?
Don't freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you were wondering, I didn't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag out her corpse and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A barber school life is built on dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well.
Of course. Absolutely, I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is, now can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting?
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
When you all first got here in the main... When you first all got together in the main hallway back then, there were 15 people there, right? I think it was the first time many have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
A misunderstanding? What are you saying?
in other words,
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you.
yes indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
16? Then... Yeah, this again.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Zetsubushita. 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of this school life. So the one making the regulations is... Dots. Why?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone is on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes indeed.
Make sense?
Dots.
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I want to share a little secret with ya.
Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Okay, now that's all you get.
Yeah, thanks for that. Monokuma's account. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars? Wait, so on the back of her hand... Yeah, that's not her then. The tattoo. Wait, but no! Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? That's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... that's not Kyoko. Those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such ignorance.
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told you? He said that there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro's related to the case? Yes!
Certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we have a why we would have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? But that body's not Kyoko. We already know that. Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro, come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely seems possible. But if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? There's just gonna be a wonderful wrench thrown into this. Obviously not gonna spoil it, but I already know what the twist of the trial is. Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find that key in the... I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Yes, yes. Saw Kyoko hanging around here before. Hey, Byakuya, what are you doing? I even checked the locker. That's what I'm here for, after all. Yeah. 6. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very
You mean the one with the 6 on it? Oh, yeah, that's also the only one missing a key. That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. Also, the key says 6. You understand what that means, right? Yeah, you don't have to spell it out that much to me. I'm not that stupid. I should probably use the key we found on that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and click. The lock eagerly accepted the key and it opened. Arrows. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Titanium arrows! Oh, there's something else inside the locker. There sure is. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
C.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow. But how could it possibly be involved? Good question! I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. Dots. Is something wrong?
Strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Dots? Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue to the next location. Huh? What next location? There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Oh, was it in the archives? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access
Let's
to.
go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Yeah. You said you read all of these. Where are they? I believe there is a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand, and went straight for the shelf in the back. Yeah, he said he read all of these, so we already know that. Huh, here we go. He quickly returned with the file in hand. Can you read it to me, Mr. Byakuya-sama? Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Bruh. I don't care about French. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it to you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? No, it's Byakuya. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is the equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were killed to keep them from revealing many state secrets they acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded. Yeah, that's likely. What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting isn't the word I would have used. So did anything jump out to you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it. The report said something about the name where the name Fenrir comes from, right? Yes. That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... Yes, Mukuro's Ikusaba's profile. Ding dong ding dong.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us organisms, the Earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial! So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Joy. Then the time has come. All we can do now is uncover the truth during the class trial. It would seem that way. Let's go. Well, you know the deal. Class trial coming up means the investigation. Obviously, that means the episode is done for now. And we will be doing the class trial in the next one. So, yay. That's going to be probably like 2 hours. Like, subscribe and all of that noise. I will see you in the next one, folks. Later.
Boop, boop,